on OC News, Cal State Fullerton certainly needs more parking, but today's master plan open house meeting focused more on what the campus might lose. We'll explain. And basketball great Magic Johnson makes a big announcement that impacts the Lakers. Also, a photograph of a black hole just might change our understanding of science and the universe. All these stories and much more. OC News starts right now.
Welcome to OC News. I'm Erica Guerra.
And I'm James Lassier. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
Nipsey Hussle's family will be honoring the rapper and community activist by hosting a celebration of life memorial service at the Staples Center tomorrow. Brandy Flores has more on this story. Brandy?
The hip-hop community lost an amazing rapper, his family lost a husband, son, brother, and father, and South Los Angeles lost a hero. Nipsey Hussle was so much more than a talented rapper, hip-hop artist. He was an advocate for making the community he came from a better place. Nipsey lost his life on March 31st in front of his own clothing store in South Los Angeles, where he was caught without his security and shot to death. Throughout the South Los Angeles community, Nipsey was known as an entrepreneur and an activist. He had several projects to better the community he grew up in, one that was plagued with gang violence and poverty. He created a life for himself, turned around, and made his community better for his people. Just last week, he was supposed to meet with the city's police chief and the president of the police commission to discuss ways he could help prevent children from getting involved in gangs. He was South Los Angeles. He made a life for himself through his music and then focused on making the world a better place. Earlier this morning, in honor of Nipsey's community efforts, his legacy was archived in the U.S. history as part of the congressional record by Congresswoman Karen Bass.
Recognized for 1 minute without objection.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today on the floor of the House of Representatives to formally recognize and honor the legacy of Aramis Ashadon, known to his community and the neighborhoods of South Los Angeles and beyond as Nipsey Hussle. As noted in the record I will be submitting shortly, Nipsey Hussle used the platform he created with his music to lift our community as he climbed. His business ventures, his investments, his philanthropy, his community engagement, every step of the way, he had a sole purpose of bettering the community he came from. A humble visionary, he saw the overlooked and welcomed the dismissed. He reminded our community that the power we hold is the power of where we come from, and that awareness of that power can never be taken from us. He will be remembered by South Los Angeles as a protector, an inspirator, as a father, a brother, and an unabashed son of South Los Angeles. For all he was given, he gave back, and for that legacy, South Los Angeles has been changed forever. I will now be submitting this record honoring his legacy. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now yield.
Over 500,000 fans around the world signed a petition shortly after his death to rename the intersection of Crenshaw Boulevard and West Slauson Avenue after the late rapper. And the city of LA announced yesterday that the intersection will be renamed to Aramis Nipsey Hussle Ashadon Square. Tomorrow morning, the family of Nipsey Hussle will be hosting a celebration of life ceremony at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. It is free to attend to anyone who loved Nipsey, whether they knew him personally or not. Nipsey Hussle, may he rest in peace. Now, James, I know that you are from LA and that you are a big Nipsey fan yourself. So what does his legacy mean to you?
Nipsey Hussle's legacy meant a lot to me. It's sad, because we pretty much grew up on listening to his music. Pretty much what his legacy meant to me is that, chase your success with determination, and once you get it, make sure you give it back to your community. In other news, a Winchester man is accused of crashing into and killing a California Highway Patrol sergeant and is charged with second-degree murder. 36-year-old Michael Joseph Callahan was allegedly driving under the influence when he crashed into Sergeant Steve Lacone, who was conducting a traffic stop in Riverside County on the 15 freeway on Saturday night. Lacone was a 27-year-old veteran of the agency and is survived by his wife, daughter, and stepdaughter. The DUI suspect is scheduled to be arraigned on Wednesday. If convicted, Callahan will face 15 years to life in state prison. He is due back in court on May 16th.
8 people are now in custody following the kidnapping of American tourist Kimberly Sue Endicott and her guide. Government spokesperson of Wahunu Abondo stated the 8 suspects involved with the kidnapping identified as Ugandans. The first 4 arrests were believed to have been illegal fish traders and ivory smugglers, who were also suspected of getting supplies to the kidnappers. It is unclear as to what role the other four played in this case. After Endicott's release on Sunday, it is reported that some of the ransom money the kidnappers demanded were paid. To secure the two's release, it has been unclear if the money was handed over or not. Obondo insisted the Uganda government does not pay ransom and dismissed these reports as rumor mongering.
For the first time in history, we have a photograph of a black hole. Over 200 researchers developed a network of 8 telescopes around the world called the Event Horizon Telescope. This technology worked to capture an image of a supermassive black hole in the M887 galaxy that is 55 million light years away from our planet. This particular black hole is 6 billion times the mass of our sun. Albert Einstein first introduced the theory of black holes in 1915. Turns out he was right, and we finally have photographic evidence.
After the break, find out what celebrity is trying to become a lawyer.
And what deadly disease is spreading nationwide? All this and more after the break.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
What's up? What's happening today?
Let's do those pearly whites, man.
Yeah. The boys, check it out. Stand up, do my terrorists, don't compare us. Go.
Ooh, cute.
Are you good to try?
I'm fine.
Hey girl, what's the sound? What's the name? What's good? What's up?
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Sir, go and step out of the vehicle for me.
Yes, sir. See ya, buddy. Today, Sean's got a hearing. We'll see how it goes. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Season coming to an end, the Los Angeles Lakers front office is in for a shakeup. Earvin Magic Johnson announced his resignation as president of basketball operations of the Lakers. Before Tuesday's game, Johnson spoke to the media during a press conference where he announced he will be stepping down from his position. He said the reasoning is the Lakers are moving in the right direction. Johnson was hired in February 2017 to replace Jim Buss as the team's president of basketball operations. One of his biggest successes during his tenure was signing LeBron James in free agency last summer. Route to the Candida auris fungus is found in New York from the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The fungus was first detected in Japan through an ear infection in a Japanese woman. Back in 2009, also a patient died in April 2017 at the Rochester General Hospital from the same illness. In 2018, a patient was infected with the fungus after going through a surgery procedure at Mount Sinai Hospital. After running few tests, it was proven that the entire hospital was infected. The fungus can cause blood infections and death. The symptoms appear quiet and unnoticeable, but infections can appear through blood streams, ears, and through the wound. The CDC is advising that it is important to wash your hands. The superbug can be identified through a specific test done by a professional laboratory. New York is also announcing an outbreak on measles and requiring mandatory vaccines in several parts of New York City. There have been over 200 confirmed outbreak causes, with over 15 of them resulting to rigorous care. Mayor Bill de Blasio is enforcing a public health emergency to people living in Williamsburg and Brooklyn. In failure to doing this, the mayor is initiating a $1,000 fine and city violations. Children are requested to stay home until getting vaccinated to prevent the spread in their schools.
Now we'll go to Janelli for our latest in entertainment news.
Kim Kardashian has legal aspirations. In the latest issue of Vogue, the reality TV star revealed she is studying to become a lawyer and plans to take the bar exam in 2022. The mom of 3 also revealed she began a 4-year apprenticeship last summer with the firm located in San Francisco. After successfully petitioning the pardon of Alice Marie Johnson to President Trump last year, Kardashian West has since been working closely with lawyers on a national bipartisan advocacy group focused on criminal justice reform. Summer may be coming, but this Sunday, winter is coming to the final season of Game of Thrones. The drama series has garnered a lot of buzz among fans, and now companies are attempting to cash in on the popular HBO show. From makeup companies launching eyeshadow palettes and sword-shaped eyeshadow brushes to jousting Super Bowl ads. Language app, it is all here. Duolingo even offers individuals the chance to learn High Valerian. Adidas also launched 6 new sneakers relating to the show. Oreo even released limited edition Game of Thrones themed Oreos. Game of Thrones airs this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Disney just released the full official trailer of its live-action remake of The Lion King. The trailer, of over 90 minutes long, gives viewers a first look at Timon and Pumbaa and features many of the significant scenes included in the original 1994 film. Donald Glover will star as Simba, Beyoncé as Nala, and will bring back James Earl Jones to reprise his role as Mufasa. The movie hits theaters this summer on July 10.
Stay tuned to find a sight to see on your way to Las Vegas.
And find out what National Day it is this week. All this next.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Information on hot water heating.
No. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out the words.
World music, playing track now.
No.
Let me try. Our daughter gets confused about which details in a story are important.
Which paper towels are most absorbent?
What?
Here are 5 product reviews.
Why are you not getting me?
See, I told you.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Trying to find a place to visit but don't want to go too far? Our reporter Juliana Montes has the perfect place for you.
Juliana Montes standing here in the middle of the desert just south of Las Vegas. Behind me is an art installation called 7 Magic Mountains. Let's see what visitors have to say about it. Colored Rocks, just 22 minutes from the Las Vegas Strip, has attracted many visitors. 7 Magic Mountains is an art installation in the middle of the desert and is becoming a must-see pit stop for road trippers. 7 Magic Mountains has become a hit for not only visitors but also bloggers, photographers, and even Instagrammers. Sunday afternoon was a prime time for visitors to pull over and get their cameras out for some pictures.
Me and my friends are going to Vegas for the weekend, so we just decided, we were looking at places to go, and we saw this, and then we've seen this on Instagram a couple times from our other friends, so we wanted to stop because it seemed like a really good photo opportunity.
The 2-year-old art installation is more than just a place for a photo op, though. Swiss artist Ugo Rondinone used the rocks as a creative critique of the location. The 35-foot-high boulders signify the contrast of the location they stand in. On one side of the 7 Magic Mountains is a natural state of mountain ranges and the desert, while the other side is an artificial state of highways and traffic from Los Angeles headed to Las Vegas. Yet, not all are able to understand this concept right away.
I think it's cool, but I don't understand why someone put like a lot of rocks here.
Despite any misinterpreting, 7 Magic Mountains' random splash of color in the middle of the desert is exactly what attracts visitors.
I thought it was like kind of nice to see it and take pictures and walking around, see the views, the mountains.
If you decide to stop by on your way to or from Las Vegas, 7 Magic Mountains is open 24 hours. Parking is free and is right before the entrance to the exhibit.
Cal State Fullerton is expanding its parking structure, causing the Arboretum to be at risk. Our reporter Megan Tate is live at the scene. Megan?
The university held a master plan open house this morning to discuss the changes coming to campus within the next few years. Initially, the purpose of the master plan open house was to discuss the changes coming to the campus as a whole, but discussion got thrown off track when an attendee requested they specifically talk about what's happening to the Arboretum. However, as we walked around campus today, students and faculty were more interested in the $38.8 million parking structure coming to campus in July of 2020. Let's see what they had to say.
I think definitely parking is needed, but like there's probably better use of like the money, like to go from like other things. But you know, it's great that we're seeing that they're spending it on parking, which is something like a lot of students are complaining about.
I think it's good for our parking problem, but like, I mean, it is expensive, but I think we do have to expand anyways, just because like we have a big campus and a lot of students. So I think, yeah, it might prevent some people, but at least they have other options, you know, like I guess the shuttle program or other options for parking. But yeah, it's just, I mean, it is expensive, but I get why. And sometimes I do struggle, like if you come early enough, like, yeah, you can find spaces, but if you come later in the day, like it could be hard. So it is a struggle, but it's fine.
We should know our statistics of our students, and I happen to know them. A lot of our students have food insecurity, or they have housing insecurity, and now they have to worry about a parking permit. It's going to prevent some students from even actually affording to park on campus. Oh, it's necessary. It's probably not a good use of money because there's not enough parking spaces, but it is necessary. We need parking. It's a good use of space, but I will say it will affect faculty because it will take away those parking spaces. I just think we need to do a better job at funding projects. It's a lot of money for parking spaces. So I don't know if is the parking structure going to like play hip hop music and have a nightclub in it or a spa, because the 40 million is like you could build a nice hotel for that amount of money. So it'd be very interesting to wonder how we came up with that cost.
I'm currently standing in front of the east side parking structure, which currently houses 1,400 parking spaces for students. Now, the new parking structure is expected to go up right about here where the faculty lot is currently located. This new structure will house about 1,900 additional parking spaces for students. Construction will start this summer and is expected to end in July of 2020, just in time for the fall semester. Start saving your money now, though, as parking permits are expected to go up about $100 when the structure opens. But don't worry, you no longer need to wait an hour or two to find a parking spot. That's all I have for you. Back to you guys at the desk.
Erica, I know you have a sister. When was the last time you texted her?
Not too long ago, actually, but I do have another sister who I haven't spoken to. It's been a while.
Okay, that's cool. Well, if you haven't talked to your sibling in a while, text your brother or your sister, because today is National Siblings Day. Siblings are almost always the people who will know us for the longest time during our lives. Even if siblings might fight like cats and dogs, the heart of loving them is something that never changes. Siblings can provide encouragement, competition, and remind us of our past, including our most embarrassing moments. The best way to celebrate Sibling Day is to spend time together, but if you can't do that, how about calling them or sending your brother or sister a loving text?
Well, that's all we have for today's show. I'm Erica Guerra.
And I'm James Lassere. Make sure you follow us on our social media platforms at CSUF OC News. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.